bonjour, buenos dias, namaste, hajime mashite, ni hao, assalamu alaikum. Everybody out there on the internet, welcome to Channel Tekken for November 2021. Um, so yeah, Channel Tekken, if you don't know, is basically three things. Three main things I talk about. So we've got videos I'm working on for the channel, changes to stuff on the channel, IRL stuff, and then under videos I'm working on, subcategories are playthroughs and streams, vlogs, DIY do-it-yourself stuff, how-tos, and other stuff I might be making for the channel. The other two categories don't have subcategories because they are things that happened or didn't, with anecdotes and asides sprinkled in. Okay, so before I start, I actually almost forgot to do this, and I was looking at the calendar to see like what day it was. I was like, crap, it's the last day of November. I need to do my Channel Tekken, and then yeah. So this one's pretty what's that word called? Extemporaneous. I know there's like another word or phrase, but anyway, just I don't really have my yeah. Yet again, I have an outline I'm going off of, but it's an old outline and nothing new in it. I'm just like gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. This part, next part, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, playthroughs and streams. So my Series S, I let's see, I had like the 1 month of Game Pass. I let it expire so I could renew it at a better date. That was like just like a better date for when all the cause like I didn't want to like renew it at the first of the month because it's like you don't get all the um if you're on Ultimate anyway you don't get all the like gold stuff for free or like the whatever it's called games with gold stuff. Yeah, like you get like a there's like a 360 game, an Xbox One game, and I think maybe some other stuff that you get like free games. Like you get like three free games, kind of like the same thing with Plus. Anyway, I wanted to like renew it at like a better date so it could have like because like I thought when I renewed it it was like at a date when they were all active, but like they do a weird thing on Xbox where it's like you get like two of them like the first half and like the third and the second half of the month. So I guess they like have it you know that way so you can't just like get some sweet three free game action. Thanks a lot for that. Anyway, so I've got let's see 3 months on that because that's the yeah, cause like my first month free ran out, and I like just like let it just sit like not um like without Game Pass for a while, and then I used the 3 months that came with it when I got it back in September at the end of the month, so I renewed it. But then they also had like a thing promotion where or deal or whatever where it's like if I redeemed it my code that I had for like the 3 months 90 days or whatever, and then I also put it on. I think it was like auto renew on my account, which I'm gonna take it off. I just did it to get like the free month because you get a free month if you do that too. So that's 4 months. So we're in November. So December, January, February. So I'm good until March, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm sure it'll tell me because it was telling me when it was about to expire. When I was playing Forza, and it was like, man, I thoroughly enjoyed Forza Horizon 5 though, and like every day it'd be like, okay, you've got like a couple days left. Are you sure you don't want to renew? And I was like, no, I'll not right now anyway. So yeah, and I didn't get any like any more codes for like renewing it after that because yeah, I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, I should be good next year for games where I wouldn't need Game Pass, and I don't want to like pay for it if I'm not using it. So I'm just gonna let it lapse again until I can get like a bunch of months for cheap or cheaper or whatever. Um, because I would have did it this time, but it's like I knew I would just be able to, because like I know that I had like now I can like get into like the window of time that I have will carry me until Horizon and Gran Turismo, and I don't have to worry about Game Pass. And like I don't really want to have both at the same time. Like I don't want to have Game Pass subscription when whenever there's any like really good PlayStation first party stuff coming out. So I think that's what I'll do is like just never really have like a full year of it or whatever or 6 months or just keep like the 3 months because you can always get those like cheap um around Black Friday time. Because I was looking at the deals this last couple days. They had like I want to say it was like $45 or something. Oh no, it was 25. It was 25, I think, for 3 months of Ultimate. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like Ultimate, like Ultimate's good, like, but I don't need it. I'd rather just get the normal one if I can get it for cheaper, because it's like, okay, well, yeah, you get like your free games with gold stuff, but it's like it's more. I mean, well, that's the weird thing, right? Is like I didn't know that in Ultimate you get like the EA access stuff. So it's like you get all the EA back catalog, which is nice. But it but then it's like, do I need it? Eh. It's nice to have though. Like there's so many like games in there. It's like, man, there's like all of Dead Space. I haven't played Anthem. That was in there. There's some skates in there. Yeah, just like so. There's like some good like back catalog EA games, but at the end of the day, it's like I'd rather get like the cheaper version because it's like after having like the 1 free month. I mean, I was playing Final Fantasy, so it's not like a good measure of games played versus money spent. But I didn't really. I mean, I played a lot of stuff, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't play a lot of stuff, but I played enough stuff to be like, okay, this is pretty good. But I think if I just get like the normal one, it's just like even better deal because I'm paying even less and I'm like still playing a ton of crap. But yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to get around to saying that because I was on Game Pass and playing stuff and streaming it, I got some. I mean, I haven't put it up on YouTube yet. It's not up here, so it's just like sitting there until I'm like done with 14, because that's kind of like the main thing right now. So I want to have like stuff in the can I can just like go to after that's done, which is soon. Because Endwalker is Friday, I think. Let me check my thing real quick. I think it's, I don't know. I think it's this week or something because it goes down from maintenance and then early access, which I have. I believe it's Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it the fourth? The fourth or the fifth? I'd have to check. I keep getting emails from PlayStation. They're like, "Yeah, your game got delayed." That was that was your thing. It's like 14 would have been out by now, but it got delayed. So yeah, that was not in the plan, but here we are. So whatever. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Something about 14. I'll come back to 14, but basically, Xbox Series S Game Pass. So I've been playing Astria Ascending. That's in the can. Um, Forza Horizon 5. Really enjoyed it. That's done. I need like there's like one season I haven't played because it's like a weird way they do the seasons is like weekly, but then you can get like specific cars for each season if you do the stuff in the season. It's interesting 'cause it's like kind of like a games of service, but not. But then I'm not sure what's all included in the base game because I did not like yeah like I got it with the Game Pass. So I'm not gonna like spend any money to get like extra stuff on top. It's like it's the base game is good enough, dude. In that game, it's okay. I'm gonna go on like a really long like before I come back to 14, like a whole thing about Forza Horizon 5. I'm sorry, but it's really good and I liked it. So basically, I was kind of like lamenting this current console generation. I was like, dude, this console generation is kind of not that great so far. I mean, okay, here's the thing. It's like I know it's gonna get better and like than what it is now, but just like and it's only like the first year, so it's like I mean there's so many variables. It's just like it's like launch year, and then like back in the day we had like launch, but then like now it's launch window, so it's like the first year is like gonna be terrible. It's just about getting the hardware, and like maybe if you're lucky, there's like one really like awesome game or whatever that first like 2 years, or just like it's like you want to believe like it's not gonna be the same because it's like I'm thinking back to PS4 and it's like there wasn't really that like oh man that was so awesome game like early on, but I mean or the generation before that, I, yeah PS3 360 just those eras have not aged well. Like the early HD stuff, like not that great. Like I didn't even have like HD TV back then, so like whenever I go back and play it, it looks better, but there's still like all those issues those games have, like the bad frame rate and just like texture pop in and just low res textures and just oh it's just a laundry list of like ugh, not that great. I mean that being said, like the early on stuff, like later on, I mean it was kind of better, but it hasn't aged well. Um. Anyway, moving on. What was I saying? Launch year. So yeah, it's like you got COVID now, so it's like that's basically like ruined development on everything, or just like everything is like off schedule. So who knows like when what's coming out? Because Capcom showed that one game. I don't even remember what it was called. There's like a YouTube video with like the girl's eye. It's like, oh, that's what the name of it is, and it's like 2023, I think, or like it had like a weird thing where it did the thing where it's like, it's like it's way off. It's like super far off, and it's like, why is this happening? Or just, I think that's what happened. I'd have to look it up right now, but like I think it was just like that happened, and I was like, dude, why? Like, why is this happening? Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just talking, but I very much enjoy. I was playing Forza Horizon 5. It was pretty good. And then I was like thinking to myself, like as far as like PS5 games and Series S games I've played, I haven't exactly been blown away visually. And I was like, I guess this is just like where we're at graphically for as far as like graphic fidelity in games is like there's like only really like an incrementally increase, where we're at. I mean, I'm sure it's possible something will come out later this gen and like prove me wrong because it's super early. Like that, the point I'm trying to make is like it's super early. Like so it's there's still like a ton of like progress and enhancements that we'll see because man, last gen was pretty good. Like it's just it's super solid. I mean, but then they all start off terrible is what I'm trying to get at. So yeah. Anyway, I was playing Forza Horizon 5 and I was thinking about that. And then I was like, I enjoyed that game so much that I downloaded Forza Horizon 4 because I was always more of a fan of like just the plain old Forza games, and like I didn't really like know, I kind of just didn't like get the appeal or the draw of like the Horizon games because I hadn't played it and it just didn't appeal to me because I prefer like the sim style, just get a car, you're on a track, you just progress through the series of courses and the different classes of cars as you progress, get credits, get more cars, upgrade them, tune them, blah blah blah. So playing this one, I was like, okay, this one's like really good. Like it's open world, okay. Before I begin, I I played Forza Horizon 4 after I played this one, and it's pretty similar, but it basically playing that one made me appreciate the new one more because it actually felt next gen because bigger environment, better load times, better visuals, and like all that like the just like the intangible next gen difference, which is like it looks better, plays better, and like the like visually, graphically looks better, and then as far as like your area that you're in, it's even like just the map compared to like 5 and 4 is just like wow, like just you have so much more variety, and just it's a bigger map, and it's really good. It's like even better. Just it blows it out of the water, and I was like man. Um So yeah, it's like playing that. I was like, wow, that's like this feels next gen when I go back and play the old one. Whereas like playing Miles Morales Spider-Man. I mean, that being said, like even though they said it's like just a side game or whatever, it's not like a full-fledged sequel. So I'm sure Spider-Man 2, whatever, amazing. But it's 2023, so it's like, dude, that's not even. It's like, man, the fact that there's 2023 games that are like it written and penciled in for like the coming when that year is yeah, like coming in like two over a year from now. It's just that irks me so much because it's just like I really just that's one of my like really super big pet peeves is when a game is shown and then if there either A, no release date, or B, it's just not the same year that it was shown. I really enjoyed that one E3 when Bethesda showed basically everything and it was all coming out that year and like that was their like whole thing. And I was like, I wish every other publisher would do that because it's just it I think it helps temper like not only does it help temper expectations, but it doesn't like I don't know. It's just nice to have something to look forward to sooner than later. And then instead of being like, oh man, can't wait, New Perfect Dark, all CG, can't wait to see some gameplay or effing Spider-Man 2 or man that Logan game. Like yeah, that's the other thing. It's like that state of play that PlayStation had. That was like, on the one hand, it was nice to have like stuff to look forward to way down the line, but it's way down the line. It's like, well, what about 6 to 12 months from now, God of War, and okay, Horizon and like Gran Turismo. So it's like I'm not gonna like say anything about PlayStation because they've got like they've got stuff lined up and they do a good job of like keeping the cart on schedule for their deliveries. That's a weird analogy. Whatever. Anywho, Forza Horizon 5 is really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's like in the vein of if you played Need for Speed Underground 2, I would say it's basically just like the perfection of that. Like open world, drive like because you're in a car, so you drive everywhere unless you fast travel, which costs you credits. So I didn't do that, and it's just like fun, and you get to like level up. Yeah, it's like got like some light RPG elements, only in the sense of like you level up and your cars have it's really weird. It's like they don't have skill trees per se because they don't get skills, but it's like every time you upgrade it, it gets you better like experience or money back for like whatever event. Sometimes it unlocks stuff, but man, it's just really I got like really into it because it's just a really good like gameplay loop of like you're playing it and you're getting like XP or you're getting credits, and then there's like the four main disciplines. There's like open racing, dirt racing, street racing, circuit racing. I think it's called. It's like a weird like point to point over like a really big like area, but and there's some other stuff too, which was it's yeah just like not having played it, I was very um satisfied because it's like I myself am just like a big aficionado of open world games lately. I mean, it just feels like every time I play something, or I guess not. I think it's more of a. I think that's more of a whatchamacallit of like more games being open world. I don't think that's just the thing I gravitate towards. It just feels like everything is like that style lately. But you like do enough stuff, you'd get I think accolade, and that's like your rep in the game, and then that would unlock a showcase or whatever, and then you basically do that, open up more of the map, and there's like different side stuff to do besides the main things. There's like speed traps. There's speed. There's like two different speed thingies. It's like speed traps and speed something something. Drift zones. There's a bunch of cool stuff. It's whatever. It's all like it all works because you're all in a car. Like you're in a car and you're just like doing the stuff, and it's like different cars are better at different things. And it's like oh yeah, so it's just great. And like the soundtrack's amazing. There's like a flippin' Hospital Records radio station, and like yeah, there's like different radio stations, and they're all like yeah, different styles. And then you're in Mexico, and it does like a good job of like incorporating that. I mean, it does a decent enough job. It could do it better, whatever. Of like incorporating that into the story and stuff, or just that. Yeah, that's the other thing is like this. There's like no real story. It's just more of like a driving festival thing. There's like some story stuff where it's like there's different NPCs that are like locals, and then like they'll toss in a bit of Spanish in their sentences, which is like I mean, so that's not the extent of like the whole Mexico thing, but yeah. Anyway, it's really well done, really good. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it if you haven't played it. If you're into driving games or just open world stuff, because it's a good open world game too. Kind of reminded me. Yeah. Also had like yeah. I'd say for the most part, like the vibe it gave me was like Need for Speed Underground. I also like the most recent Need for Speeds. With like the open world, just like the FMV ones that I get like I think it's like Heat, Payback, and the like Need for Speed is just like there's no subtitle. It's Need for Speed. I can't remember what year. I don't have my notes in front of me. Um, like the sprinkling of SSX just because it was just so like you're always doing the thing. Like you're never really in a menu. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of menus, but you're not like you're usually like not in them doing stuff. So it's just you're usually in the world doing stuff, like in the activity that you're doing. So in S63, for example, you're always like snowboarding down the mountain or on a track or something. So this one you're always in a car doing something. So it was like, yeah, it was like really neat to just like play something, and then it did kind of feel like it had like all that EA Sports big influence there. Anyway, um, yeah, that was Forza Horizon 5. I probably have more to say, but it's like I'm just trying to get back to Final Fantasy 14 because I played the Forza Horizon 5 and I'm kind of done with it. So that's the other thing. It's like it's it's fun, but like there's only so much you'll get out of it before you're just like okay, well, either move on to something else or you've done everything, and that's kind of where I'm at. So that's like the one kind of bummer part. I mean, there are seasons like I said, but I've yet to see like what they really do besides give you just daily objectives, or not daily. There's like different objectives they give you. They give you like a different type of currency that gets you other stuff, but it's nothing like super awesome or just like beyond whatever the next thing that does that, or the next game that does that. But yeah, back to Final Fantasy 14. Endwalker, end of an era coming up. I am very looking forward to this. This is like probably my man. After playing the beta back in April, I haven't been playing it nonstop, but I've been playing it a ton this year. So just easily my like most anticipated. It's like, to give an analogy, I would say that it's kind of like the MCU when Endgame came out, because before because I mean, as someone who's like late to the party with Endwalker, I can say that. But like, I guess there's like 10 years of build up for the storyline, and it's finally coming to an end. But then I guess I could also say, like, having have played Destiny for as long as I've played it, it's so much better. It's so much better executed, and just like every single like category for comparison doesn't even come close, dude. Like, Destiny is a piece of trash, and I'm like never going back to that game after playing Final Fantasy 14. Like, that is just like it it's just like it took all these things. I was like, why are you so bad at this, Destiny? Oh, I want you to be good, and I can't stop not playing you and hate playing you. Oh, it's just like it delivered, and it stuck the landing, and it's just like, oh, where have you been all my life on Fantasy 14? I can't I can't believe it took me 10 years to finally play you, because it was on my list, man. I had bought, or had I bought that yet? No, I had the trial version or something. I hadn't played it yet, but then, or the starter version, and then like the trial version or the PS5 beta happened, and there was nothing on PS5. Well, there was nothing on PS5 I felt like playing at the moment, because I was like, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, no thanks. And I was like, oh, Final Fantasy 14. Well, we're in a global pandemic, and I've got plenty of time. Let me try this out. And yeah, it hit the spot, and it was just, man. It's like, if you're a fan of the series, or just like if you enjoy this type of game that's an MMO that just keeps going on forever, yeah, you should definitely, as soon as you can, man, as soon as you can, drop everything you're doing and jump into that, because it is the fun times, and just mm, 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 mm. I can't say enough about it. It's just like it's such a good game, and like it just delivers. And I'm very much looking forward to how the current, or like, yeah, the 10-year arc it's on ends. And like I said, it's kind of like when Endwalker came out for the MCU, and then it's funny because I was late to the party with MCU as well, but not as late to the party. Cause I hadn't seen Avengers until it was on Netflix, and then like the first movie I saw in theaters from the MCU was Winter Soldier, I think. Wait, no, Guardians of the Galaxy was the first one I saw in theaters. Hold on, I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy and then Winter Soldier, because I was like, Guardians of the Galaxy, that was pretty good, and then, but like, Winter Soldier is like my favorite, because it's just. I mean, that being said, I have soured on the MCU to like not get too high on MCU, because I'm gonna just like cut myself off here. But like, you know, there was a time when I was like, man, MCU is really good, but then I I played catch up to get like to like watch the rest of it before Endwalker, and then it's I've had time to think, and I've had time to like sit around and not really watch any of them ever again after watching them, and being like, mm, mm, all style, no substance. I'm just saying, it's like, and yeah, it's like I haven't seen any of the new ones. Like, I haven't seen it, Eternals or Black Widow, or yeah, I'm kind of done, dude. After Endgame, I was like, I'm done. I'm kind of off the train. That was like a nice punctuation at the end of the sentence, because I am not going to ride that train, because yeah, they're just trying to, like, well, I mean, it's a money thing, right? It's like they have this property, and they're just gonna like milk it for all it's worth, and it's like, I don't think I will. Like Cap says in Endgame. And it's like, I don't feel like getting Disney Plus and watching all these series, and like keep watching all these movies. It's like, maybe I'll just do what I did. Well, not do what I did, but after having like caught up on a bunch of them before Endgame, I was like, I think I'll just like do that next time instead of like being caught up on them. I'll just like watch them all. I mean, that being said, there's like way more now, and it was very like bleh, like that's a lot of what's the word, blockbuster. It's just explosions, fight scenes. Like I said, it's all style, no substance. There wasn't a lot going on really, as far as like, man, these are so great and like a cohesive character building, amazing storylines. I just can't get enough of them. It's just like, okay, what's the next thing that like kind of very shallowly ties into the previous thing with a very very like sprinkled in overarching plot of yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm kind of done with MCU, so I'm kind of just like whatever, dude, about it when I think about it now. Um, but yeah, that was a super ramble on about things. But yeah, 14. I'm currently playing that and streaming it, so there's like gonna be stuff for that coming out until the first day of early access, which I think is Friday, but I'm not 100% sure. But whatever day it is, that's the day I'll be playing because I've got it pre-ordered, so we're good. Or I'm good anyway. Bleep blarp bleep blarp. Been playing. Oh, effing Fall Guys. So Fall Guys is done. I mean, it's not done, but it's done on the channel. Like I'll still be playing it, but I'm done streaming it because I was basically gonna like keep streaming it until the end of the year. But then the current season's over, and there's a new season that starts soon. But it's like I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. So it's like maybe if those videos somehow get like thousands and hundreds of thousands of views or something, but it's like, I'm kind of like the more like yeah, I'm kind of like over that game. So it's like just there's no reason to like stream it. And then it's like now I get a lot of views, so there's no reason to put it on the channel. And then same thing with everybody's golf. Like yeah, that was just like a thing to like what's that word called? Document, not document, archive game nights that I was doing with my friends. But I've decided that it's kind of just like kind of bloated out that section of the channel. So it's like I think I'm good here. I think there's enough of this. So no reason to keep or yeah no reason to add more to the no reason to add more to the stockpile that's already there. So those are going away. Everybody's golf and Fall Guys gone. I mean, I'll still be playing them and streaming them, but I just won't be like putting the archives on the channel. So if you want to check those out, go on over the Twitch. Um, but then even oh man, that's another thing. It's like I'm kind of having reconsiderations about like streaming on Twitch. I kind of just like it's probably my brain that's like I might just like stream, but like just do it on YouTube since I have like way more subscribers. And I've been doing it a long time. It's like I'm yeah no no success. It's kind of depressing. Well, it's not kind of depressing. It's just like hitting your head against the wall. It's like what am I doing? It's like I'm making a bit of progress, but it's like it's so like man, it's so minuscule. And then like there's so many like horror stories as far as like Twitch partners and affiliates as far as well not I wouldn't say horror stories, but just like when you like after that leak and it's like you see like the rates and stuff. It's like I don't think I'm ever gonna get that type of viewership. So I should probably just like give up while I still or like yeah just like go out on a high note when I was not as good or whatever. I mean, I'm looking at my source section and I've got two different capture devices. I hope that's not messing up the video because it was kind of jittery in places. Let's see. Okay, so after I finish Final Fantasy 14, I'm gonna go back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition, finish that off. Um, I mean it's on my notes here because this is like from when I said that initially. I guess Disco Elysium, I will probably restart because it's like, dude, it's been so long I forgot to play that game. Saga Frontiers on here, but I kind of want to take a break from JRPGs because I've been playing Astria Ascending, and it's okay. Here's the thing about Astria Ascending: the game is not bad, but it's not good, and 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 it's like it's old school, but it's a bit too old school for its own good in some parts. In like some parts, it's like okay, it's a nice throwback, but in some parts, it's like, dude, that's a bit too old school. Like there's sometimes when you go through a dungeon, you get to the boss, and you just get destroyed, and it's like, what the f, dude? And then It's like you go through the dungeon again because you're like, okay, got to level up in XP and grind a bit, whatever, and then you go through it again, still not high enough. And I guess like I feel like it's just like it's like the difficulty is a bit too high on like default. So, but you can like set it to easy. But I'm like, dude, I'm not setting it easy. And then also there's like a setting I turned on because by default, like the way the gameplay system is each enemy has like elemental weaknesses, blah blah blah, whatever. But you don't know what they are. So it's just like a flippin' and you have like an ability that you can scan enemies, but then sometimes they're immune to it. Like bosses and stuff will be immune to, or like yeah, certain enemies will be like immune to it, just like the bosses are like super tough stuff. So it's like that is obnoxious. So I turned that effing off, and I was like, okay, let me just like be able to like scroll my cursor over this to see is this weak against this thing or whatever. That's like way better than like the default of like you have no idea what these are weak against, and then once you know what they're weak against, well, you don't know because it doesn't save it anywhere to where you can like look at the bestiary or the enemy like notes or just like you fought this thing before. It's weak against this. It's like there's no like helping you to like do any of like the mundane minutia that is just like super annoying in that game unless you go to the settings and make it easier for yourself. And I was just like, dude, that's pretty effing brutal. That's pretty effing brutal. There's a lot of effing elements in that game. There's like fire, ice, wind, water, um, darkness, light, maybe a couple others. That's like six right there off the top I can think of. And it's like if you didn't know what it's weak, and that's the other thing is like it's not just like being weak against something. Okay, like you have a meter called like a focus meter, and like you build points as you're like doing good. But then it's like no, it's like it's not just weak. It can be neutral, which gives you nothing on your focus. If it's weak against, you get like +2 on your focus. If it's weak, it can be absorb, which means it gets HP back. That's the worst. I think yeah. Okay, so on your focus meter, it's like you get to get +2 for it being weak or 0 for getting neutral. Everything else is like minus. So it could be absorbs, which absorbs it for like to get health back. It could be resistant, which means it takes no damage. And I think that might be the only other two. There's maybe like I'm probably missing like one or two other things, but like yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could happen. It's a good system. It's just like super annoying when like the way it's by default the way it's set up. It's just like dude, this game's pretty brutal. Or not, it's pretty brutal, but like it can get pretty effing brutal if like you don't turn those settings down in the effing settings. Also, it's a bit glitchy. Like there's like one I wish I had it in front of me. There's like a certain environment when you get somewhere and like there's like the background's like not even done. I guess that's your thing. It might be in early access because it's like, dude, there's background's not even done. It's just like waving in the wind, and then like I pushed a certain button because I wanted to pull up the map, and the game crashed, and I was like, what the f? And I did it again because I'm stupid. Okay, not because I'm stupid, but like I had saved my game and I was like, okay, let's see if this happens again. So it's like there are like crashable, repeatable things you can do in that game to like make it break, and then it just like randomly like stopped. Well, it didn't like randomly stop working, but like my character like stopped moving, and I was like crap. And then like I loaded up a save from like previously, and I got through it. Then like I tweeted it out, and then Dagger was like, "Yeah, that happened to me too. I couldn't even get past a certain point in the game." I was like, "Yeah, some of those yeah, bit a bit off. Might be in early access, and it needs a bit just a touch. Okay, okay, it needs more than a touch of polish. There's issues with the game. Um, that being said, it is like it's a nice throwback, and like the art style is interesting. It's like it's very like vanillaware on the art style and the proportions, so that's neat. Um, I mean it's weird. There's no fanfare that plays when you win a battle. There's a battle theme. There's a boss theme. Music is okay. It's nothing that like amazing to write home about. This is funny because I didn't even mean to talk about this game. Anyway, I played it a lot though. I was playing it for like 3 hours every day. I got super sucked in one day. I played it for like 6 hours, but because like yeah, I was trying to play this and Final Fantasy at the same time. It's like that's not a good combination. So I had to like get to a good stopping point. It's also oh my gosh, dude, the job system is like terrible because your main primary job you choose at the beginning. Only choose it once, and you're stuck forever. Forever. You can't change it. Same thing with your sub job and your support job, I would think, or whatever. You get like two different sub job thingies, but you can't change them. So you're just like, oh, this is what I'm, this is what I am, and I'm stuck forever. So I made a backup save, but then I played so much that I realized it doesn't matter. Like you can make a backup save, but it's like until you know what these abilities are and what they do, and like you look at the skill trees, and like you can like have an idea of like how you want things to be for your build. It's like it's super unwieldy in that regard. Um, oh, that's your thing. The skill trees, man. Like the color nodes on them are kind of like not okay. Okay, not necessarily, but they are kind of like there's like some of them are like not really or it doesn't really do a good job of explaining them. And then it's whatever. It just I effed up where like I didn't have my support abilities to code for like 30 hours or something, and because I thought it was passive, because it was explaining the job system and like the ability system or like the support ability system at the same time. And so I didn't realize I needed to equip them because it didn't like show me in game like when you get this thing, equip this thing. It just like gave me text of like support ability is blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I proceeded to play for like 30 hours and not realize I didn't have them equipped because I thought they were passive. Because you unlock them in the thing, so I was thinking, oh, okay, I've got this ability. And I was always wondering, like, why are my characters like not doing the thing that the support ability says? And it's like, oh, I didn't have them equipped the whole time, and just that probably would have helped a bit, just a bit. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough Ashes ending. But I hope I finish that game because I it's like it's got some high highs and some low lows, but mostly low lows. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really do anything like super spectacular. Anyway, that was yeah, that was I didn't even mean to talk about that long. Um, what else have I been playing on Game Pass though? Because I played, I feel like man, yeah. Besides Forza Horizon 4, which I would say don't even bother, just play 5. Um, it was just for comparison though. It was weird. It was super weird. It just made me appreciate current gen and Forza Horizon 5 specifically. Did I play anything else besides? I downloaded a bunch of stuff actually. I haven't played most of it. I haven't played most of it. Um, and then yeah, PlayStation stuff I played. Nothing to update. I did want to play through Final Fantasy 4 before Endwalker because it's like the whole theme of like the whole going to the moon, but I didn't. I did watch some recap videos, but it's not the same as playing it, so whatever. Anyway, um, is that everything? What I've been playing? Or wow, I am like what I've been playing is not even a segment. What are you talking about? Or playthroughs and streams? I mean, playthroughs and streams. This isn't what you've been playing. This isn't. I mean, this is turning into a podcast. It's over 30 minutes long. Oh my goodness. Dude. Yeah, dude. All right, playthroughs and streams, vlogs. Nothing going on there. How to DIY. D- I think I just said DIY, but like, yeah, how to DIY and other stuff. Nothing going on there. Changes to stuff on the channel. I am considering taking a somewhat break slash hiatus soonish. I guess I'll talk more about that at the end of the next month. Cause that ties into the next section though. IRL stuff. Omicron. Yeah. Thanks a lot. I was man. I was in the planning phase for some things, and it just now that's a complete effort. Not even gonna mess. Not even yeah. Whatever. I mean, at least I got my booster shot, so I'm happy about that. So at least I got that taken care of. No, knock on wood if it's still like effective, right? Oh, dude. Yeah, just that was a very yeah. Effing sucked. I made a tweet about how basically before it was called Omicron, the new strain of COVID-19 coronavirus. That's what I'm talking about. If you're like, what are you talking about, Tekken? Anyway, new strain. So I put out a tweet because like the day of the news broke, which I believe was like Thanksgiving Day, and I was like, I'm not tweeting about this. This is depressing. It was called like the new variant for like a hot minute, and I guess like they're enough along in the like Greek alphabet that it's actually not that. So it's like, well, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe they're just like it would like it'd be too confusing to have it call it new because oh you mean like NEW? It's like no NU like the Greek alphabet character. Anyway, I was like, why? Why'd it have to be something that sounds like Unicron, a Devourer Worlds Transformer, and not new? which sounds like Mew from Pokemon, which is an adorable pink flying psychic type Pokemon. I mean, you could say, but it evolves into Mewtwo, Tekken, or does it evolve into Mewtwo, or Mewtwo? That's way more evil and not cute like Mew. So what are you talking about? It's like, valid point, whatever. So yeah, but yeah, I think, man, it's like it just sucks so much. It just sucks so much. It's just like, dude, just I'm kind of over it. I mean, I'm not kind of over it, but like, just I'm mentally, I'm just like, so yeah, whatever. It's just another day. Just another day waiting 2 weeks to see how bad is it, because it's like, oh, I gotta wait 2 weeks. It's like, oh, that's awesome. So now I'm just like thinking of like, I wanted to tweet something else out, but I couldn't find the GIF for it or GIF or whatever, and I was like gonna put the like the Saiyans are in the space pod in Dragon Ball Z when Goku oh yeah, when like after Nappa, or not after Nap, wrong Saiyan, after Raditz, right? Like after like Piccolo and Goku take down Raditz, right? And he's like, in his dying breath, he's like, ah ha ha ha, Nappa and Nap. Keep saying the wrong people. Okay, so like Raditz, right? And like it's like, oh, I guess it's kind of spoilery, but it's like it's the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z. It's not really that. It's not that spoilery. Whatever. It's like if you, it's whatever. If you haven't seen it, you're lame anyway. So, so anyway, in his dying breath, like Raditz is all like, ah ha ha, Nappa and Vegeta are on their way, and they'll be here in a year. Ah ha ha ha. And it's like, you have the whole thing where like Goku has to like go to Snake Way, try with King Kai, and come back in like a year. He's just like running down Snake Way to get back, and but you like always like you have like so many shots of just like Nappa and Vegeta like in their like they're in like stasis in their capsules, just like on the way. So now I'm thinking about that now, just like just like next 2 weeks, it's just like, oh man, how bad's it gonna be? Oh man, is it how? It's just like hopefully it's some good news, because oh, could use some of that, or a lot of that really, because oh man, it was infrastructure week, but then we didn't get the Build Back Better BBB passed, so keep good vibes on that one. Oh, yep. And then just like always, we always go to IRL land at the very end, and everything's terrible. Isn't that great about these vlogs? But yeah, Final Fantasy 14. I would like to finish that before anything else disasterific happens. Um, but yeah, dude, I would say there I didn't know it was on Game Pass, so like browsing through it, and like they add stuff all the time. So I'm still on Team Game Pass. I've always been on Team Game Pass. So still slam dunk. Still recommend. Uh, and then like yeah, if you don't have 4K, just go ahead and get a Series S and like play it, because it's a pretty effing amazing deal. You can get like a ton of game or access to a ton of games, and then you literally can't play more than one at a time. I mean, I guess there's like a way to do that if you like duct tape your hands to different controllers and like somehow can like play one handed if you're like that skilled, and like you have two TVs set up or something. But you can only play like one game at a time anyway. So it's got like that sweet sweet Netflix queue style going on, where you just like queue stuff up for like add to your list and stuff. And that being said, though, I will say I absolutely hate the Xbox Store. Like, you cannot browse it by genre. You cannot or just browsing it in general is like a pain, because like I just want to go in and see like by genre. That's my favorite thing to do. Okay, not my favorite thing to do, but I just like I like when I'm on like a storefront, and I just like go into like a genre that I like, and I just browse by genre. That being said, PSN Store is trash too, because you can't really do that either. You can search for things, and either like there's different sections. I mean, that's the thing. Like, after looking at the Xbox Store, it's like it's bad. It's not as bad as, or sorry, it's worse than PSN is what I'm trying to say, because PSN, it's got like different sections and stuff. It's like got deal section and like new games, and like you can search for stuff and like filter it out from like the all game section. But you cannot browse. Okay, I guess actually hold up, time out. Okay, you can browse by genre, but like it just every time I do that, I feel like it's broken. I feel like it's not working. Like, I mean, I guess it's working like in front of my face, but like I'm kind of like skeptic of like, is it really? Because I really just went to a list of, I went to the list of everything, and then sorted it by like category. I mean, that being said, it also has like like sometimes it does the thing where it's like you're in a category. It's like why the f is this here? It's like it's got a list or it's got like a curated thing, and it's like check out these games on this specific this specific category, and you go to it and it's like it's not a fighting game or like whatever. It's just like yeah. But then like the Xbox is even worse because it's just like ugh, it's an effing mess. And you can like search for stuff with like I guess if you search for stuff, it's like okay. Here's the thing, right? I just want to be able to browse the classics and the retro stuff. Okay, it's like I just want to see what OG Xbox games are on there because there's not that many anyway. Because basically, Time Slayers 2 is on there, Time Slayers Future Perfect is on there now. It's like they're $10 each, and I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, just. And then I almost bought them, but I was like, okay, hold on, time out. I'm playing Final Fantasy right now, and I've got like plenty of other crap to play. So I will at some future. But that's the cool thing, right? Is like because it's on Series S, right? You get like the streaming functionality and all that stuff. So it's like, yes, eventually I'll be able to stream that stuff, put it on my channel. That's gonna be cool. And SSX3 is on there, and like Burnout, Revenge. I haven't played that one, so looking forward to that. I think that was a 361, right? Yeah, whatever. Anywho, it's just like there's a bunch of like really good backwards compatible games. And you get like the stream function. I'm not sure. Did I? Okay, I'm not sure why my I'm seeing like a thing of light at the top, and there's like a I'm not sure like why it changed the thing. I think when I put my foot on my chair, it must have effed it. But like, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just like rambling on here. It's like over 45 minutes. It happens. Whatever. This is what happens when I do this like once a month. Anyway, so I just want to be able to easily browse all the old and like OG Xbox stuff easily because sometimes you can like search for like classics or like a tag, but then like the way that it sorts it, it's like one at a time. It's or it's just like not really well. It's not on the console anyway. If you go to like the web page, the website, I was doing that and like it's like browsing that's still kind of terrible, but it's not as bad. So it's like ah, why is it? It's like your thing that you like your main interface for your people that or not for your people but like for like people that you would like spend money on your platform and it's effing terrible. So yeah, but yeah, I'm hoping because it's been such a crappy year that there's like some really awesome reveals at the Game Awards, and just hoping that just like is a nice hopefully um I can't even think of an analogy. I was gonna say like a way to like sprinkle something on like top of this year that's been terrible, but whatever. Um, okay, so one last thing before I go. So if you've been following my adventures or whatever as I've been like doing all this crap, so I traded all my consoles like a year ago. I got like a ton of I got a ton of GameStop credit, and then I bought my Series S. So I kind of burned a bit there, but it was like $299 plus the $45 for 3 months, so it wasn't discounted. Anyway, for like the ultimate Game Pass thing. So that was like the amount I had spent. So I had like 700. Oh no, I had like hold up. Let me look at my thing. All right. So initially, ooh, I can't show this. Let me try to fold this here. Hold on one moment. I try to fold this up. All right. So initially, there we go. There we go. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So initially, this is like the amount I had. Oh, hold up. Let me see if this shows up. Yeah, the 8/18/04. That's how much I had of like in-store credit. Hold on. Get effing see. Ah. Well, in any case, it says 8/18/04. Take my word for it. That's how much credit I had at or not credit, but like in-store credit. I had at GameStop, and so I bought my Series S and the 3 months of Game Pass, and I brought it down to like effing like For hold up, I have it in my document. Let me look it up real quick. Cause I had a whole plan I made with this. Cause I was like, okay, basically, okay, here's the plan, right? Is because basically the plan was because I had the Series S, right, and oh, sorry about the light. I'm trying to like block that so it doesn't have a giant effing, you know, blinding the audience. But yeah, so I got the Series S, and let's see, 447.19 after that, and so the plan was to spend the rest of it on PSN. Well, not PSN money specifically, since since I don't have a card, my card's not on file on PSN. But like I just wanted to get like the the codes for like 20, 40, 60, whatever, $100. So basically, I was gonna get like a bunch of PSN codes to get like enough credit to like just buy first party stuff or just whatever. And then I have like a list on my phone of like the stuff I was looking forward to. So actually, I did the like calculations, or I added it up. Actually, and I had like enough to get like all the stuff I wanted. So it's like, but then it's funny because like I don't want to buy it now. I'm just like, I could buy it, but I'm just gonna wait. I mean, certain stuff on here I'm gonna wait for, but the first price stuff I'll go ahead and pick up. Some of the stuff I'll like get day one, like Sifu, and some of the stuff's out. I haven't bought it yet because I'm playing Final Fantasy. So I'm like, dude, there's no point to like buy it now because I'm playing something else, and it's gonna get a price drop or go down in price later eventually. So, anywho, uh, so like Cyber Monday, Amazon had a deal on their, I think it was like the $100 codes for like 90. But then like I don't know if like GameStop matched them, but I checked their like website later in the day. Um, because like someone on our like PSN party chat like put something in there like that, and I was like, oh, that sucks. Too bad GameStop doesn't have something like that, and then I could check the site, and I did. I was like, oh man. So basically, every $100 PSN code was like selling for 90. So I basically went in and bought like five, I think, right? Hold on. My brain. I think I bought five. Like, anyway, but like yeah, like 447.19, right? But I turned it into 500 PSN on PSN, and then like on the last one, it was like I think I was like short for like $3, so it only cost me like $3 to get like the last one. But still, like I like got like a plus 50 on my, or like if you round up, because like 447 to 500 is like plus 50. Anywho, like for $3, I got like yeah $50 worth of PSN money extra than like what I had. So I am good to wait, because I almost like I mean I didn't almost and I'm like in a weird spot mentally where like every time I want to get something I'll just like think my way out of it. But like so I haven't period like Horizon, I haven't period Gran Turismo, but I will eventually. But I'm just like waiting. I'm just waiting for the Game Awards, right? Because I want to see if there's like any like super awesome like, oh man, I'm glad I waited for that. So once that's over, I will finally start like checking some of this stuff out, or just like pre-ordering it, or just waiting for it to go on sale again. Because DMC5, I already have it, so I'm just like, it's on my list here, but I'm just like I already have it, so it's like, eh. And then Stray, no release date, but I looking forward to that one. Kina Bridge of Spirits. Everybody's. I haven't heard anything bad about it, so I'm just like except for the final boss, but whatever. Um, so that's out. I'm gonna wait for it to go down in price, even though I could just pick it up, whatever. Solar Ash, I believe, is out in a couple of days, which is pretty cool because I hadn't checked this until I just looked at this. Little Devil Inside is also next year. Horizon Forbidden West, cannot wait. February 18th. Pathless is out, but I don't know. I think the thing is I don't want to like pick up anything around playing Final Fantasy because I know I'm not gonna play it. So it's like, what's even the point, right? And then Sifu is February 8th, so that's soonish. And then Gran Turismo 7. Those are the games I'm looking forward to, and I will be picking up eventually because of the redistribution of my GameStop in-store credit. So yeah, I finally cashed it in. I was initially going to wait for a Series X, but like that wasn't happening, and then I waited like a whole year, dude, and like I still couldn't get one, and I was like, let me, like yeah, like okay. So first there was a chip shortage, and I was like, let me just keep checking every week or every day, and I mean, I wasn't checking that hard because I was like, dude, it's not worth the effort. Like, honestly, I don't need one. Like, so whatever. And then when it's like effing the supply chain issues, I was like, ooh, let me just play it safe here and get a Series S. And I'm glad I did because Game Pass is awesome, man. Horizon or Forza Horizon 5 was pretty awesome. But yeah, that's a very long, rambly, super off topic, and no structure at all. Chatting with Tegan this month because that's all there is. I just closed my phone, so or my document. I mean, it was just the outline anyway. Because yeah, I've been really bad about like actually putting the stuff in the outline to like just read off, and that's how I end up with an hour long chat with Tegan. And I hope the audio worked because I've been seeing like spikes and thingy. I mean, that's more because my mic is like too close to my mouth, whatever. And then effing, there was some like jittering in the video earlier, but hopefully it's all working out. But yeah, that is it for now. So look forward to yeah, some Forza stuff, Final Fantasy 14 stuff, Astria Ascending eventually. I'll probably start putting those up after I finish after I finish Endwalker, because there's only like a few things I need to do, or like pre Endwalker. There's only okay, not to like go back to or like Final Fantasy 14 real quick at the end, but like there's like there's only like a few things I didn't wrap up before Endwalker came out. So it's like I didn't finish Eureka. I didn't finish the Bojan Southern Front. I barely started that. I I think I'll maybe get through all the role quests. I'm not sure. All the job quests I haven't gotten through, and that's pretty much it. There's some like extreme trials I haven't done, but it's like, dude, that's I'm doing most of those solo and synced, and they're not a fun time. I mean, it's not that they're not a fun time. It's just like I don't want to like torture myself just to like play through older content. That's like kind of hard. So it's like I don't think I will. So yeah, it's like if I can't just solo and synced it, just like stomp it and get through it, I'm not gonna bother because it's not necessary to play through to get the entire enjoyment from the main scenario quest. But yeah, oh, I'm sorry, I'm tapping the laptop so it's doing the thing. Anyway, that is that everything? Oh, well, I mean, I do have like a copy of Jet Grand Radio like digitally on Xbox, but like, okay, here's the other problem I have with my Xbox right now is like when I stream into Twitch, is like my mic doesn't pick up my audio commentary, so basically everything that's like on there that I'm bringing over to here is not gonna have any commentary from me at all, which is kind of a bummer. Because like there was stuff that like I think I tried to like have it on there, but it's just like super drowned out. Like the audio is just like not picking up for some reason. So I'm just like, dude, unless I get like a different headset or just like stream it a different way, it's not gonna pick up. So I'm just like, it's fine. It's whatever. It's just gameplay only then. Um, but yes, that is it for this month's channel taken. So got a whole new batch. Oh, actually, Witcher 2 is like $3 on 360 on the Microsoft Store. I mean, I think it's probably only like a couple more days though, but on their like Black Friday deal. So I might pick that up too, cause I mean, I already played it on Steam, but like I didn't get like the whole playthrough because my my PC sucks. Is it because my PC sucks? I mean, whatever, dude. I just I whatever. Getting capture stuff on PC is like not an easy task for me because my stuff is like my memory's kind of outdated. Anyway, glad I can finally like get a bunch more stuff now that's like I couldn't get before. But oh, it's also like a bummer though because they said they ended their backwards compatibility program, right? But I guess at the end of the day, it's nice that they added time splitters. So that's what like I just keep thinking about that, and that makes me happy. It's like, yep, at least there's time splitters, so that's cool. And SSX3 eventually. So, I mean, that being said, there's like a ton of like licensed music. So, all all my like Forza stuff has been just like completely whatchamacallited because of the or like made ineligible for stuff because of the flippin' background music license stuff, and it's just like that's it's like it's I mean it's not that much work to like mute it, but then it's like it kind of like ruins the video. It's like there's just gameplay audio only is like ugh, super dry. Okay, I'm in the video now. That's almost an hour in, so that is it until next time. So feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends or not. That's cool too. And all the links to all my social stuff will be in the bottom of the thing or video description thing. So until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching, and I'm now signing off.